Hello, everyone. I'm Adit, founder and CEO of Boomitra. And not long ago, I was also a student at Stanford. I was actually a Stanford Knight Hennessy scholar, and I took a leave of absence after our company raised its first round of funding, actually, in 2021. So it's not been that long. And you might have heard about this recently in the news. Recently, we won the Earthshot Prize from His Royal Highness Prince William, which is like the Environmental Nobel or Oscar. And thank you. But today, I'm going to give a slightly different pitch. It's the first time I'm actually giving this particular pitch. It's a slightly different one, showing like where Boomitra is headed going into the future. So, as everyone knows, carbon removal today relies extensively on physical resources that are not scaling fast enough, really. We have like a gigaton scale problem on the planet, but we are barely at tens of thousands or megaton barely in some solutions scale. How does that make any sense? Literally, clients come to me every day saying, you are giving me a megaton scale solution, but I will need a gigaton scale solution in a few years. How will you get there? This is where I think there is a generational opportunity for us to use AI and Gen AI, actually, to unlock carbon removal right now. And that is where Boomitra is actually headed. So Boomitra is the leading AI and Gen AI platform for unlocking carbon removal on a gigaton scale. Now, what does that mean? So we work with landowners around the world. And you'll see in the next slide, we work with like 150,000 landowners today. We use satellites and AI to power the identification of where we need to go. And then we have Gen AI complementing the farmers to enable them to sequester more carbon, or any landowners, for them to sequester more carbon in their lands or even in the oceans. And then those increases in carbon that happen, we use satellites and AI to measure that and turn that into third-party certified carbon removal, which we sell at scale. And we are also facilitating multiple supply chains today to do the same all around the world. So to give you a general idea, right now we work across 10 million plus acres, 150,000 plus landowners around the world across 4 different continents. And these landowners have collectively removed over 10 million tons from the atmosphere through their activities. Starting with our largest project today in northern Mexico, where just in that one area we have 4 million acres today that we work with to do carbon sequestration on. In South America, we have nearly 1 million acres that's very quickly growing. And similarly in East and Southern Africa and also in India. And across these over 100,000 farmers that we work with, thanks to the great efforts both of our team and of course our partners and our technology. Later on, I invite all of you to stop by our kind of booth-like thing out there to come and see some demos. You can definitely see demos of our technology today. We use, on the satellite and AI front, we use over 100 plus satellites across the electromagnetic spectrum, along with proprietary AIs that we have developed to convert what the satellites see into real numbers on the ground that are very relevant. So satellites usually see just like a camera on your phone. They see raw values of pixels. But then we convert that into actionable numbers using large amounts of ground truth data that we have around the world. So around like millions of data points that we have of ground truth data. We use that to convert what the satellites see into actual carbon numbers on the ground. And then that enables us to measure carbon and carbon increases that are happening on lands around the world. That's one part of our technology. And the second part is actually very similar to those of you who might have seen that OpenAI demo from earlier this week about the conversational agent that's able to interact very closely with you. And imagine what would be possible if you understand a lot about every single piece of land on the planet and then feed that into one of those systems. So we have such a system. It's called Mitra, which means friend in Sanskrit. This is the landowner's friend that enables the landowner to really go to the next level with all of our proprietary data that we have combined with LLMs to provide customized, optimized guidance to enable every single landowner and participant, stakeholder in our projects rather, to optimize what they're doing and enable the effective implementation at scale. Because one of the big roadblocks is simply the people on the ground who are required to scale these kinds of efforts. So we are, beyond our technology, we are very lucky today to be supported by a huge consortium of partners. We have like nearly 100 partners today. There's folks like the World Food Program, arguably the world's largest NGO, the large agribusinesses like Syngenta and Yara, fintechs, financial companies like Rabobank, many others all around the world, major cotton supply chains, major sugar supply chains, and so on. And our goal by 2030 is to really bring all of this to a gigaton scale. Today, we are on a tens of megaton scale, and we have buyers who are buying at that scale as well. We have about $100 million in sales contracts with end buyers of our credits for short-term purchases. But we really need to add 2 more zeros to all of this. And that's where our key stakeholders, our landowners, our buyers, all of our stakeholders come in. Because what we need to do is add 2 more zeros to all of our traction metrics to reach gigaton scale. That is where we are headed. And we invite all of you to also join for that journey and stop by my booth later on and learn more. Thank you.